I'm out here in 103-degree heat waiting for nightfall to test this thing for you guys. Welcome back to OG's Danger Show. Dog shit, we hit him. Wow, each and every time. That's freaking outstanding. Welcome back, original gangsters. Officer Gregg out here with you, waiting for the sun to go down. We've got about an hour and a half, and I'm out here today to test out the new product that was sent to me by OneLeaf. OneLeaf, yes, an Asian company, but unlike some of the stuff I've tested recently, this OneLeaf stuff that they've sent me, everything from the NV400, remember that was a typical daylight scope that had a night vision monocular that clamps onto the back of it, to the NV200, they sent me a night vision, they called it a binocular. It was more like a monocular, a single lens. All of their stuff has been really, really, really well made. And I've been really impressed with it. It's not hobby grade stuff, not toy level stuff. This is absolutely heavy duty, durable stuff that is very well made, good solid rubber, aluminum. Well, a while back they contacted me and asked if I'd like to try out their NV400. So I said, okay, sure. We've definitely helped their sales of the NV100 and 200. Somehow we missed the 300. I don't know, maybe that was a night vision pair of glasses. But the NV400 is a pretty cool device that I'm gonna show you out here today. They've taken the rifle scope concept and incorporated the night vision in one solid unit. This is a night vision rifle scope, but no more monocular that snaps onto the back. This is all self-contained. The version that I have in front of me right here happens to have a laser rangefinder attached to it as well. This laser rangefinder is an add-on piece that you can order from their site. If you guys are interested in something like this after you see this video, first of all, watch this video before you give it a like. I'm not one of those YouTube clowns who's going to ask you to give it a thumbs up before we even get going. Watch this whole video. If you like it at the end, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, keep your mouth shut. Who asked you? If you like something like this at the end of the video, down here in the description section, I've got a link to the OneLeaf site. If you click on my link and buy through my link, OG's Danger Show makes a few bucks. You're feeling like a pimp. And we've done pretty well with the OneLeaf products that we've sold in the past. We've actually helped sell those guys out. That's how good quality this stuff is. Everybody who orders it writes me and says that they are really impressed with the quality of their equipment. This OneLeaf Commander NV400 is going to go for $4.99. That's the night vision built into the scope. So you've got a rifle scope and night vision built in all in one single unit. And also for a few extra dollars, you're going to get the laser rangefinder that you can add on and very easily bolt on to your NV400. This laser rangefinder I have found to be incredibly accurate and super compact. I'm still using a big giant laser rangefinder for my ranging out here. That's the size of some binoculars. This laser rangefinder is, well, I don't know, it's the size of a pager. You guys remember what those things are? In the box, OneLeaf included this IR, it's essentially an IR flashlight. It's got 3 brightness settings with an off switch in between each setting. So you can go from low power, medium power, and high power. It's got a very good throw. It's got a little tail cap activation like most tactical flashlights these days with a little rubber button. Originally, I didn't think I was going to use it. I actually wanted to use only the what they call their STARLIGHT mode, but I had much better picture, much better image in my tests that I did out in my driveway with this. So tonight we're going to fire it up and use it on here and put this thing in IR mode. Other than that, the scope is pretty dang simple. I glanced at the instructions, but it is so dang simple that you're going to be kind of amazed at how easy this thing is to use and to set up. Like all typical scopes, you're going to focus your objective lens here to get to the crispest picture you can. Here on the end of the NV400, they have a here on the end of the NV4. Let's try that a 15th time. Here on the end of the NV400, you're going to find a little sunshade. This aluminum shade, very well built, has a little hole in it. So if you're using this scope in the daytime to get sighted in, you can use it like a traditional scope with a daylight mode. You want to leave this sunshade attached. Back here on the user end, you're going to see a very nice little rubber cup. This is easily removed if you don't like it. I found it a little bit easier to get my eye in there and kind of block out ambient light if I attach this little rubber eye cup. OneLeaf includes 2 of these eye cups in with the box. This is kind of an impressive package because in the box you're going to find a USB-C charging cord. And this charging cord attaches to any old USB-C plug in the wall or to a computer. And you plug it directly into this turret. I'll show you more about this turret here in a second. If we remove the cover to this turret here on the right side of the scope, instead of an elevation and windage knob, you're going to find a USB-C type charging port and also a little HDMI micro connector. OneLeaf includes the HDMI micro cord to connect this directly into a computer or a TV, I guess, if you had the right cable, that you could then plug this in and you can watch right here on a video monitor everything that your scope is seeing. So that's kind of a cool little feature. I'm probably not going to use that a whole lot, but I really like the fact that you can charge this on any USB-C type cord. I plugged it in not only at home, but on the way out here I plugged it in my truck just to top off that battery and get it all the way up to 100% before we started filming. A little bit below that, you're going to see a little rubber cover. And if we click that little rubber cover out of there, you're going to see the micro SD card. OneLeaf includes a micro SD card for you, a 64 gigabyte card that's actually rather good quality this time. This is a very good quality card. I've already offloaded some video from a test I ran with this scope, and very easy to use. There's no transforming this video. There's no apps or programs that you have to use to get this video from that micro SD card onto your computer. I literally sucked it into my computer and dropped it right into my video making, my editing program. Good to go. So a couple of downsides of this scope. It is a big bastard. It's heavy. I weighed this on my kitchen scale at 3.5 pounds. So it's a big, heavy scope. But remember, every time we complain about this kind of stuff, most of us, you and I, are not going to be climbing the mountains of Pakistan to go after the Taliban. This is going to be a night vision, a dedicated rifle for me. And I want to leave this thing all on here. So I don't really mind that it's super heavy because for as big, bulky, and heavy as it is, it's actually packed with all kinds of cool features. Not only your laser rangefinder and your visible red dot, not only your IR flashlight that mounts directly on here. This IR flashlight comes with a little quick release mount. The scope rings that OneLeaf includes already have the little Picatinny rail mounted to them, so everything is ready to go here in the box. You don't need to order any extra parts to get this all assembled like this. You're going to notice up here on the top this adjustment turret. This also is not windage or elevation. This adjustment turret is your menu button. You're going to press and hold that button, and when you let up, all your menu is going to come up on the inside of the screen. Then to scroll through your menu, you simply turn left or right on this little button and you're going to see all of your little menu selections. When you get to the thing you want, oh hey OG, I want to change the reticle color. Click down to reticle color, click on it one time and you're going to be over at the reticle color. One thing I thought that was kind of cool when I was looking through the instruction booklet, you can change not only the size of your reticle, but you can change the style of your reticle and the color. It's an illuminated reticle. So I've got red, green, blue, I don't know, maybe even some other colors. I chose green. It's a little easier on my eyes out here after dark. And once I have green, I just click on it again and it's good to go. Now I probably don't even need to bring up such a thing, but the NV400 records audio and video right inside the device. You can play it back inside the device, which is actually kind of cool for in the field, but a little cumbersome. What I prefer to do is eject that little micro SD card, plug it into my computer, and you got some pretty dang good quality video. It records video in 4K. You can set your frame rate to 4K 30, 4K 60, 4K 120. Good Lord, there's so many numbers in here. I found the audio recorded onto this device to be one hell of an improvement over the first generation. Remember, the first thing they sent me was a monocular that bolts onto a scope. The audio, and maybe I was doing it wrong, that's actually a pretty good bet. The audio was actually very distant and muffled. Even the NV400 night vision monocular, the audio was a little distant. It was getting better, not clear enough. In most of this video, I'm going to record this using the onboard video and the onboard audio. So you're going to hear exactly what it sounds like while you're talking to your scope. You're out in the woods by yourself, you're going to be talking to your scope, folks. Just like everything on this scope, you can turn off and on every feature. You can set this thing for its 3 different modes. It has a daylight mode where you see a version of a color picture. It has a starlight mode where you're just gathering ambient light, and out here tonight we're not going to have much ambient light. And then you're going to have a night mode. And in the night mode and the starlight mode, we're going to take off this lens cover. I'm going to leave it on right now because I'm going to be ranging this thing and getting some rounds on target while we still have a little ambient light. Turning on your NV400 Commander is as easy as pressing this little rubber power button. Press and hold turns it on. I mentioned to you all the features that the menu turret does. Once you're powered up, you're going to click very quickly the little menu turret, and you're going to get the rangefinder. You'll see it by a little red flag icon in the top right corner to turn the rangefinder off. Uh-oh, we just push it again and that turns the damn rangefinder off. Pretty tough. On this little control function button, of course, this top button here is going to be a little switch between still camera and video camera. On the right side, you're going to get your illumination. That's going to basically control the amount of brightness that's inside your screen, how much light's coming back on your face. You've also got a playback button in that same button over there. You hit that, press that button, you're going to be able to play back your own video. And the button over at the bottom left is going to be, of course, your to switch between modes. If you order just the basic NV400 Commander, that's just the night vision scope and the IR flashlight, which is basically all you really need, you're going to pay $4.99. And remember, use the discount code down here below and the link below. It helps me make some money for this show, but it also gets you 5% off of the purchase of this NV400. If you add on this rangefinder, which I highly recommend, it's simple to use, it's dumb as a shoe to use, it's highly accurate. I found it to be very, very accurate out here. But adding on this little laser rangefinder, which the factory will attach for you when you order it, if you order it, you're going to pay $6.59 for that package. $4.99 for the basic scope and infrared light, $6.59 with the little laser rangefinder. But again, if you can swing it, go ahead and pick up that laser rangefinder because it's a really cool little feature. Yeah, it makes this thing awfully bulky. Look at that. Some kind of big Star Wars gun or something. Okay, while we still got a little bit of light left, we got about 30 minutes of direct sunlight left, I'm going to set up these targets and I'm going to put some rounds on downrange for you just to make sure that my daylight mode is dialed in. Then I can click it over to night mode once we have complete darkness. And let's see if we can put rounds on target. Steel targets, they should tell us if we're hitting or not. 50 yards, 100 yards, and 200 yards. 200 yards at night, I got to say that's pretty cool. Okay, well, we have a couple more minutes of ambient light, and I mean just a couple. I'm going to turn this thing on into day mode. Ooh, oh gee, even though it's dark, make sure you put on your ears, bro. For all you safety Salleys, these people that wet their panties because of oh gee, you don't have a backstop. Have you never seen anybody shooting in a desert before, whether in real life or on a video? Never seen sailors shooting off the deck of a ship? There's no backstop because there's nothing out there. All right, enough ranting, we're losing light. In daylight mode, I'm going to hit the record button so you guys can see what I'm seeing. 50-yard target. You're probably seeing the reticle if I'm reading this right. And I don't know if you're seeing the 49.8 yard mark, but you're probably seeing the green reticle. I'm going to try and put a round on him and see what we get. Green reticle on the 50-yard bad guy. Negative. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our shot marker, find out what where we are hitting. What you're seeing here is daylight mode, and this is some very, very dim light. I, with my naked eye, and my eyes are always naked, can barely see that 200-yard guy right there. You're seeing him pretty dang clear in this scope, so it does actually gather a little extra light.
3 days later.
Okay, let's go ahead. We've done our daylight adjustment. We're just about out of daylight. I don't even think I can see the 200-yard guy right now. Let's go ahead and see what we got. I'm going to turn on the record here on the scope so you guys can see and hear what I'm what I'm hearing. This is, I've got 2 spotter rounds on that target just a second ago. My crosshairs are dead center between those bolts. And I'm printing over to the right. So what I want to do, I'm going to stop the recording for just a second to go into the menu mode. And then now let's put our green reticle on our 50-yard guy. I might have to change this green reticle in just a second to a red reticle. It's kind of getting hazed out here. Between the 2 bolts. Holy dog shit, I think this thing is friggin' dialed in. Completely can't see 100 and 200. I can barely see 50 yards anymore. All right, rifle off safe, 50 yards. Bad guy between the eyes. Oops, let's go ahead and record this for you. 50 yards, red reticle this time. Between the eyes. I'm not sure exactly where we got him, but we got a good solid hit on that one. Let's give him one more. Good times, 50 yards, boom. Big deal. Come on, OG, stretch it out there. All right, let's move out to 100 yards. I'm going to be pretty surprised if we can hit let's start with the body of the guy, 100 yards. You are recording inside of the scope here. Red reticle, 39, 40 seconds. Body of 100-yard bad guy. There we go. We got a hit at 100 yards in near complete darkness. You can see a little bit of sunset behind me, but out here to the naked eye, it is, boy, it is tough to make anything out off of this, outside of this table and the little bit of illumination this camp light provides. 100 yards. There we go. I'm going to adjust my reticle one more time, so recording off for just a second. Daylight mode is just about phased out. I'm going to have to go to night here in just a second. Let's see if we can get 100 and maybe 200 yards in daylight mode. There we go. Start recording, OG. All right. We've just adjusted the scope. Daylight mode, red reticle at the 10-second mark, and fire, 100 yards. Oops, I pulled that one. There we go, 100 yards. 2 hits, 3 hits. All right, good times. Let's reach out and see if we can get the very last bit of daylight mode on 200-yard guy. Holy dog shit, we hit him. Okay, we hit our 100-yard guy easily enough with the red reticle. And we're still in daylight mode. Remember, we're just gathering ambient light, and it's pretty rough at this point. I'm showing you guys through the screen here. It looks like an old-timey TV, a very pink image. I'm going to set the red reticle on 200-yard guy. There we go. I'm holding just a little bit to the left, and I'm getting him at 200 yards. Holy shit. 200 yards. I'm holding on his right shoulder. Wow, each and every time. That's freaking outstanding. All right, it's time to switch this thing over to night mode and take off the lens cover and see what we can actually do with it. Okay, we're going to stop fucking around and we're going to get over to the actual nighttime mode, full-on night vision, no illumination whatsoever. And for this, I'm going to activate the infrared flashlight, and you'll see the 3 settings lit right there. First thing I'm going to do is reach up here to my illuminated control button. If I take away this light, you're going to see this control button is illuminated for ease of use by old farts like me. I'm going to reach over here to the day and night mode button right there, and I'm going to press that one more time. And if I look inside the scope, I am now seeing full-on night mode. You can see here that in full night mode, I'm going to turn my little camp light away so it's not a factor. You can see in night mode, it looks like, again, an old-timey TV. I can see 50-yard guy okay. I might be able to make some hits on the gray 100-yard guy. 200 be very, very tricky. So what I'm going to do now is hit the IR flashlight. We're going to turn that thing on. It's actually cooled off out here nicely. I'm actually kind of enjoying shooting out here now. Last night out here was miserable. That is my 50-yard guy. I'm going to reach up here and hit my objective lens. I'm going to dial him in a little sharper. There's our 50-yard guy. Look how clear that is. That's kind of crazy. When I put my hand up here, I'm causing that flashing, but I want to get my objective lens dialed in as sharp as possible. Let's put around on 50-yard bad guy in the face. Boom! Now we're up off the ground, so I'm not getting any dust blowback on this one. We're just getting a little bit of smoke out in front of the IR beam. But look how that IR beam lights that guy up. Another one in the face. Wow, look at those flashes. All right, we're going to move out to the 100-yard guy. There's 100 yards in virtually complete blackness out here. I'm going to show you here on the iPhone. This is how dark it is right now. Can't see shit. 100 yards. Boom, hit. Boom, 2 hits. Boom, 3 hits, complete darkness. And folks, at 100 yards, I can fire just about as fast as I can pull this trigger. There's a very, very, very short washout, and then the scope is right back on. All right, if I can reach out there and hit 200 yards, folks, we are done. And he is a little grainy out there, but remember, 200 yards away in complete darkness. That's actually pretty damn impressive. Again, holding on the right shoulder. I think we got a hit. Let's see. That is hit. Those are hits, folks. That's 3 for 3. God dang it, that is amazing. Complete blackness, complete darkness out here. 100, 50, 50, 100, 200. You can barely hear the 200-yard strikes. There it is. Wow, that's crazy. Crazy accurate. And I don't even have it really dialed in. I'm holding on that 200-yard guy's right shoulder to get those shots good. All right, but I appreciate you guys coming out here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on a regular flashlight and start policing up all my brass. And even though it's dark out here, I'm still going to clean up after myself and pack up all my shit and head back into town. If you like this video, reach down here and hit the thumbs up. That absolutely helps spread this video and tells YouTube that we want to see more of this kind of Second Amendment and cool equipment stuff. If you didn't like this video, leave it alone. Who asked you? Keep your mouth shut. If you're not already a subscriber to OG's Danger Show, please reach down here and hit the subscribe button. I could use all the help as possible. Another thing you can do too, because YouTube likes to demonetize videos that show anything that has to do with cool equipment like night vision. So if you will hit the share button down right below this video, hit the share button and send this over to a buddy of yours who you think would like this video. You can help support OG's Danger Show through Patreon. The link is down here in the description. You can also help us by buying merch right down below this video, a little travel mug, t-shirt, a little hoodie. I very much appreciate it, and I get a couple dollars every single time. If you buy one of these things, the NV100, 200, or 400, the links will all be below this video. It absolutely helps OG's Danger Show. You guys stay safe out there in the dark or in the light, and I will see you on the next video. OG out.